All right, here we are. We are live. What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome. I'm Dallas Lanier from Project Green.
Loris, Bo Torres, strong fathers, padres fuertes, strong beginnings, healthy starts.
Yes, indeed. And today we are starting to have some fun, some food, some football, some finances. We're talking to fathers, all the good F words. That's what we're doing here today.
Right.
And so, listen, while you are watching this, we want you to go ahead and share this event so that as many people as possible can see this and hear this. We're going to make a difference today. We're going to have some impact, and we want to try to touch as many people as possible. So go ahead and share this event. If you're on Facebook, if you're on, what else are we on, Brandon? We're on Twitter, we're on YouTube, TikTok, we're on LinkedIn, all of this.
For me, the TikTok situation. I'm still on Facebook and Facebook only. But you know why I love today's event too? Because it's Project Green. We have to be green. Transport the guys, inspiration out there. Anyway, from coast to coast, we have to represent today fatherhood, finances, generational wealth. Right? Generational wealth building is what we're trying to do. We're trying to make sure that people are engaged and involved in what it is that we do. But a little rivalry goes a long way. And we're going to have some fun today.
We are going to have some fun. I wish I could resist the green part of this. But listen, so I'm representing Project Green. This is a very distinct green from this green. But here on my head, you see some blue and gold, or at least you see some maize. You see Michigan. So I'm representing both green and the maize and blue. We're going to have some fun today. Please go ahead and share this event because my man Bo's going to be throwing down on the grill. It's a live stream tailgate. You want to tell us real quick what you're going to cook?
So today, we're going to do a little umami. Umami is a little sweet, a little savory, a little salty, with a little bit of that seasoning. So we have what I like to call cinnamon steak. And you can use any cut of beef. I know for our Latine family members out there, little thinly cut ribs. If you like your steak a little bit thicker, you can do that. I was having a conversation with one of our friends the other day that loves Delmonico. So if you're out there and you're listening, this is great for that. Today we're going to be using flank. And the reason that I like flank is because it's nice and thin. It's got a lot of fat on it. So we're going to cook that up. A little bit about the spices that we're doing. So sofrito. For all my boricuas, all my Puerto Ricans out there, how are you? Good morning, good Thursday to you. Sofrito is a mix of tomato, we use red pepper, green pepper, garlic, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of adobo. You can't forget the adobo. You blend it together and you come out with a paste. Now, a little bit of addition to this to add to that umami, I put a little bit of sweet and sour sauce in here. So that has a little bit of that Asian flavor to it, which is delicious. But it came out just amazing. Good friend of mine has used sofrito, the red sofrito for Bloody Marys. So, you know, for all of our adult friends out there, a little bit of that tailgating. Smell that, Dallas. Just get a little bit of that.
Smells delicious.
So good. So
we're seeing a comment that you're a little muffled, so we'll have to make sure.
Can you hear me now?
Probably if you can maybe attach it to your
to the coat, to the jacket.
So while you're doing that, I'm going to jump in. We're live, right? This is live TV, so we're going to adjust as we go. We're going to have some fun. We got wind, we got dogs, we got trains, we got helicopters. So it's all happening today. But let me tell you a little bit about who we are as we make sure Bo is good. Tori, thank you for saying that. Let me know, Tori, if you can hear Bo better now that he's switched his microphone. But Project Green, we are the Grassroots Economic Empowerment Network. And we're based here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Our vision is turning everyday people into money heroes. And we do that a couple of ways, right? We train people on how to handle their own finances through our financial capabilities initiatives. And then we also do advocacy. So we try to remove those barriers that keep low to moderate income people from reaching their financial goals. And then once we teach people how to handle their money, or once somebody from our team does some advocacy, we're helping somebody else to reach their goals. And that's how you become a money hero. And so we're going to do some advocacy here today. We're going to tell you about some change we're trying to make along the way. So I'm going to ask Bo, if you will, while you are seasoning that steak, tell us a little bit about Strong Fathers, who you are and what you do.
So Strong Beginnings Healthy Start, Strong Fathers for the Strong Beginnings Healthy Start started back in 2004 to try and eradicate infant mortality in the Black and Latina communities, right? So in Michigan, the Latin A or Latino, Latina infant mortality rate is one of the highest in the country. Still below the Black infant mortality rate, right? And when we're talking about that, we're also including maternal morbidity, motherhood deaths. So back in 2004, amazing team got together, partnership between the Kent County Health Department, Trinity Health, Corewell Health, which at the time was Spectrum Health, Cherry Health, got together and they started to develop educational initiatives for maternal infant education, right? Trying to lower it from the maternal side. Strong Fathers started in 2011. And in 2011, we started doing studies on how would educating and developing strong paternal or fatherhood initiatives make sure that not only were we talking to the mothers, we were talking to the fathers, we were building strong families, right? So Strong Fathers Fuertes, I came into the picture back in 2016 when we started to see that after a couple of years, after the second generation, the same issues that were happening for the Black community started happening for the Latinx community, right? So how do you effectively engage with the community? You have to be authentic in your approaches. You have to make sure that for all of our different educational initiatives, we have them in the languages of the community that's being affected, right? So Spanish, English. We have community health workers now that speak Kenya, Rwanda, French, Swahili, to make sure that as our population differentiates and as we become more of a global community here in West Michigan, that we are effectively engaging all of those different cultural groups, right? So that we don't get into some of the issues. Now, what I just did, I just put sofrito over both sides, salt and pepper, and we're going to continue to go in with that. Our team right now, Jose Santoyo, Joel Rogers, working with our fathers and community, amazing men that are working as community health workers, getting that information out. But we do everything from safe sleep. We talk about lactation support, right? Breastfeeding, how important that is for the father to be engaged. You can always be engaged when it comes to breastfeeding. Don't, all of that old school thinking about what the breast is, the best food that a child could have. And we saw that this year, right? We had a shortage in formula.
That's right.
But we could never have a shortage in breast milk. And we understand that there's different issues that happen with breastfeeding.
That's right.
So we want to have great education around that. But that's what we do. We are funded by the Ready by 5 millage, First Steps Kent. So we want to thank them for their support and all of our partnerships. So if you're out there and you're listening, one last thing that I want to talk about. When you talk about financial heroes, heroic play, and what that means for the fathers in community, right? Our conversations and our partnership is really strong because we believe in that. We believe in heroic play. And if we're talking about everyday fatherhood heroes that are financially secure, that are engaging with their children, that are knowledgeable, that's what we want in community. So that's why the partnership is so awesome and so great, and why we continue to go forward.
I wish you all could see what Bo is doing here while he's talking. He's seasoning it up. We're going to bring a camera a little closer. You'll see it when he puts it on the grill. But Bo, thank you for that introduction. I want to say a little bit about our team as well. So you can't see behind the camera, we have Brandon Summerick, who's our administrative and social media coordinator, and also our incredible intern, Brittany Sumrell. And so she's behind there. She's helping make it happen. And we also have our advocacy director, Stephanie Pierce. She's going to come on the screen here for a minute to hand me this ink pen. Say hi, Stephanie.
Hello, everyone.
Hopefully you all can hear her. She's not mic'd up yet, but I'm appreciative of all of my team. Also, she is connected with us virtually, but Bobby Locke is our financial capabilities director. And so we're all making it happen. Project Green. Let me say this too. We are located today on the Life Quest campus. So I want to thank Pastor Jerry Bishop and Life Quest for allowing us to use this space outdoors. We grabbed the Life Quest grill. We couldn't do this without Life Quest. This is where our office is located. And so once you win some of these prizes today, this is where you're going to come to pick it up. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to pick it up today, but it'll be here on site.
Longtime supporter of fatherhood initiatives as well. We've had several events here in the past, so we really want to thank him for all of his support in the last minimally 6 years that I've been in town. So thank you, Pastor Bishop.
Absolutely. So listen, here's what we're going to do today. We're going to have some fun. We're going to eat some food. We're going to talk some football. We're going to help people boost their credit score, and we're going to share some vital health information that's going to support our children and our families.
We're going to talk about how lopsided this rivalry is. We always seem to pull it out. You know, the great fumble that happened, trouble with the snap is what we like to call it. The words of young Mr. Hart with the little brother comments. You know,
I don't remember what you're talking about with this fumble snap.
No, you don't remember?
Nope, I don't remember that. I put that out of my memory. I see my friend Eddie Stevens is watching. Eddie is also a Spartan.
Go Green.
Good to see you on here, Eddie. And so, but yeah. So listen, we want you all to talk back to us. Let's talk a little bit about the game that's coming up on Saturday the 29th, Michigan versus Michigan State. Can you all see this stuff here? You can't see it well. Brittany, I'm going to get you, if you can, to maybe just turn the camera so they can see the goodies that we have here. These are going to be some giveaways. We're going to have some drawings. So we need you again to share this video. If you are a father or other non-custodial parent who is, zoom in, Brittany, to this stuff here. There you go. Come on in. Now I can hold some of it up too. We got some Michigan stuff. This is an apron, a mitt. We've got a bottle holder. I was so happy to find this. I hope none of y'all win this so I can take this home. This is a Carabiner multi-tools keychain.
Oh, that's dope.
We got gloves. We got playing cards and some dice. We got stuff to get you ready for your tailgate. We got Michigan State stuff, a hat. I usually don't touch this stuff. We got earmuffs. We got also an apron and oven mitt for Michigan State. We got a scarf.
Replicate what we're doing here with a grilling set.
Yeah, absolutely. We got the grilling set. And then we also have some Central Michigan, some Ferris, some Western Michigan, some GVSU. We got some Project Green swag. If none of that fits your fancy, we got some State of Michigan swag. We got something for everybody. We want you to win something here today. But let's talk a little bit about this game, this Michigan State game. What do you think the halftime score will be? Put it in the chat. Put it in the comments so we can see that.
Put it in the chat for a chance to win. We also have two $25 gift cards. We have a pack and play. We have a tablet, small tablet for you all as well, courtesy of the team over at Strong Beginnings Healthy Start. So thank you all so much for that.
Man, that's incredible. I didn't even know we were going to have a tablet. So that's a big prize.
Yes,
and so we're going to do it a couple ways. What we want to do, let me tell you this now. Here's what's going to happen. If you are a non-custodial parent, you're paying child support, you can have your on-time child support payments reported to the credit bureaus in order to help boost your credit score. And so we have a form that's on our website. When you fill out that form, it creates a letter that Project Green will then send in to the Kent County Friend of the Court. And then they will start reporting your credit, your payments to the credit bureau. And that will, if you're consistent, if you're on time, that will boost your credit score. In a few minutes, we will have a representative from the Friend of the Court to come online, and she will talk to us about this as well. So you see that link. Thank you, Brandon, for putting that up. You click on that link, you fill it out. That's how you're going to register for these prizes today. We want to see those names come in. We want those forms filled out. When those names come in, we're going to put you on a wheel of names. We're going to spin to win, and then you'll be able to select your prize. So we've already had some people who have done this, and they've seen some change happen in their credit scores. And so we're excited about that. We want to get as many people as possible to do it. I'd love to see 100 non-custodial parents, 100, we know most of them are going to be fathers, right? 100 fathers to sign up here today. That might be a little bit of a reach, but as many as possible, we want you to sign up. Doesn't cost you anything. It's easy to do, and we're going to make it happen.
Building generational wealth, right? How do we start that process? Being that fathers are those first role models, fathers and mothers in the family, making sure, but the dad's role, when a dad is involved, right, those protective factors kick in.
Mhm.
And finance being one of them. Everything that we do, we base around social determinants of health, right? Building workforce development, we're having that financial home, having that medical home, having that social network. And when you're engaged in those practices of building good credit, of having good credit, of making sure that you're investing in long-term future financial health, your children will benefit from that because they'll learn savings. They'll learn how to account for their funding. They'll learn how to do their taxes. All of those things go hand in hand. So that's part of the education that we try to have for our fathers and community. Having partnerships like with Project Green, making sure that that is something that we access. We want to have all of our project participants involved in that work. So that's why it's so important.
Absolutely, absolutely. So one of the things that we have discovered is there was a report that came out recently that talks about some inequity in the credit industry. And what that report showed is that Black and Latinx individuals and households in communities that are majority Black and Latinx, credit scores for young adults are in the 500s. More than half of those are in the 500s. But in our majority white communities, those credit scores are closer to 700. You correct me if I'm wrong on that number, Brandon. Closer to 700, and that's just because of historical inequities that really get passed down through the way systems work, and then so people are already starting behind, right? They already are at a loss as young adults, and so as we identify ways to help boost those credit scores through things like child support payments or rent reporting, which is another initiative that we're doing, we're able to boost credit scores, which can save people on the deposits that they have to put down to get cell phones, to get utilities, even for an apartment. You can save money just by having a higher credit score. Here's one thing that we have a credit building 101 class, and we talk to people about some other inequities in the credit industry. So all of us probably know that you can have on-time cell phone payments, utility, rent. You can be doing all that stuff for years, and none of it shows up on your credit report. But guess what? If you get delinquent on any of those, guess where they show up?
Show up right away
on your credit report. And so we find that to be inequitable. If you can find my credit report to hurt me, you ought to be able to find my credit report to help me as well. And so we're trying to find as many ways as possible to get people to have their on-time payments reported. And this child support initiative is one of those. In a few minutes, I'll get Stephanie to come on and talk about how we started this with one of our GFAs who had this idea. Our GFA is a grassroots financial advocate. She wanted us to, figure out some things around child support, and we kind of stumbled upon this initiative, and so we're trying to push it as much as we possibly can.
So I think we're going hot in a minute, but along with that, so it's great to have your financial history, your financial life in order. You also have to learn to cook. Gentlemen,
yes, sir.
My people out there in the community. So today, what I was doing, we put a base layer of the sofrito, right? And I'll make sure that we post a sofrito my sofrito recipe. There's many out there. I love mine. Salt and
Yours
pepper.
is clearly the best.
Thanks, sir. Thank you. So we try to do that. This is what we say at MSU. The best. Onion powder, white pepper, and these are all by the Up products. They're not, sponsoring us or anything, but I like them as opposed to some of the others that are out there in the community. The smoked pepper, right? You can either use smoked pepper, or you can use smoked cinnamon. The smoked pepper gives it a nice smoky flavor to it, along with the soy sauce that we put in the sofrito. That's a little addition. And then the cinnamon is the last thing, so that coats it. Oh, we also put garlic on there. Second to last, it'll build a nice crust on the outside. This cinnamon, you think cinnamon and steak, right?
Right.
Who does that?
I've never done it.
We do that.
We
make sure to add that little flavor boost at the end, and that'll have a little coating to it as it's grilling. it'll have an amazing flavor. So we're gonna go ahead and go on the grill with this. Just wanted to point that out, Dallas. Thank you so
Excellent.
much.
No, it's perfect timing. Brandon, do we need to switch camera to see that, or
All
okay?
right.
You need Stephanie to hold anything?
Got the hook right here.
Got the hook.
Nice hot grill. Oh, you can hear that. That sizzle.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now you can see the tailgate. It's a tailgate. We gotta have an actual tailgate to make it legit.
There you go. And it doesn't stay on too long, right? We're gonna flip it after 5 minutes. You want a nice medium rare. Anybody who eats their steak well done, I don't know. I don't know about you. I don't know about your decisions in life, but it's a joke. You can eat it as well done or as not well done as you would like, but we try to have ours medium rare, a little bit more on the rare side. But there you go. I hope the camera's picking that up. Has all of the seasoning, all of the spices, all the stuff. We cut with the grain. We don't cut against the grain because when you're using flank steak, that's what we do. So we're gonna put that, make sure all of your vents are open so that that nice airflow is going through there, and we are good.
Oh man, that sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. All right, so like Bo said, we're gonna share the recipe for the, what is it called again?
Cinnamon steak.
No, I'm sorry. This the
Oh, sofrito.
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 Sofrito. Okay, so
It's like a pesto. There's a cousin in the Italian cooking, pesto. So it's like a pesto, but it's a Caribbean pesto. So I know that Dominican Republic, Cuba, Puerto Rico, sofrito is a thing, but it's just a flavor additive. You can put it in soups, you can put it on meat, you can put it in rice. It's that flavor boost that you want to have. So
man, that sounds awesome. That
delicious.
sounds awesome. All right, so I asked earlier, what did people think the score is going to be at halftime? Bobby, who is on our team, she said at halftime it'll be MSU 30, U of M 0. So she's not quite awake yet. She's still dreaming.
Good job. Thank you. Thank you for that.
All right. What else? What are some other guesses on halftime score?
I think it'll be tighter than that. I think it'll be close. I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I think, let's go for two. Let's go 42-36. Let's go around there.
42-36. That's what you think the final score will be?
I think this final score. I think it'll be really close. I think it'll be a snap. I think it'll be last week when Wisconsin was playing Michigan State. You saw that, the game's coming together. If you've been able to stop people, when I say we, the Spartans, have been able to stop people on the goal yard. I mean, on the end zone stances. Our defense has been well. It's been our safeties. It's been our defense coverage on the pass that hasn't been there. But I think it's all coming together now, and I think we always show up for this game, right?
We'll see. We'll see. Well, my team, Michigan, last couple of games, we've been really strong in the second half, and so this last game against Penn State, we were actually down at halftime, 17-16, and then the second half we scored 25 unanswered. So if it happens that way this time, I'll be okay with it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and predict that it'll be 17-10. I'll give Michigan 10. Michigan State 10.
I'll give Michigan 10 too.
No. It'll be 17-10. Michigan at halftime, and then we'll blow it out in the second half. So
we'll see.
We'll see. We shall see. All right, let's see. So Brandon, he said 14-6 at halftime. All right. Brandon is smart man. Who else? Make sure you're sharing this. Again, share this on whatever platform you're watching. Share this so that we can connect with as many people as possible. In about 4 minutes here, we're going to have a guest, Michelle Crow from the Kent County Friend of the Court. She's going to be joining us, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about this initiative to let you know that we know what we're talking about, right? This is real. And she's going to tell us a little bit about how the Friend of the Court is partnering with our organization. We're not a representative or an agency of the Friend of the Court. We are, Project Green is a 501c3, a grassroots organization. We're supported by numerous philanthropic organizations that have provided grants for us, which include the W.K. Kellogg Foundation, the Grand Rapids Community Foundation, the Wege Foundation. We're appreciative of all of those grants. We have some individual donors who haven't told us to share their names, so we'll keep those anonymous. But just we are so that we're doing this for the community. We are here for the community, and yet we think that this is that is one of the weights that's holding down our tent.
Anecdotally, one of the weights that's holding down our community
Boom.
is a bad credit score, right? When we're looking at what we can do to build, buying a home, buying a car, going to school, right? Having that financial future to set aside some money. All of those things, those are the weights that are holding down our community. So we want to make sure that all of our non-custodial parents are taken care of, that are participating in these partnerships, that are reaching out to programs like Strong Beginnings, Healthy Start. We serve fathers, father figures, pregnant persons that have children between 0 and 18 months, right? We make sure that you have all of these supports, that you have that scaffolding that you need, along with finances, having social supports, having education, food security, right? We look at our community, what we learned, all of the learnings that we had from COVID. Food security is a huge issue in the Black and Latina communities.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're looking at how we can support and remove barriers, remove those weights from our fathers, our families, and community, it's these kinds of partnerships. The Dads Count Coalition, part of the Healthy Kent, Healthy Start projects, making sure that we have different community agencies that are a part of that. We have Alpha Grand Rapids. We have Friend of the Court, as was stated, Strong Beginnings, making sure that we're reaching out to all of the different partners. MAPFI.
Oops, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
Nope, no problem.